Hey, all you gaming Arcadians out there, this is Nerds85, and I'm coming at you with a Final Fantasy Realm Reborn uh, beta review real quick. It's going to be covering some things that I look forward to in the game and all that. But before all that, just in case you haven't seen the trailer and all that, let y'all see this.
A vibrant planet blessed by the light of the crystal. Amid azure seas, encompassing the westernmost of the three great continents, there lies a realm embraced by gods and forged by heroes. Her name, Eorzea. The annals of Eorzean history chart the rise of a succession of great civilizations, each one enjoying an age of peace, the astral eras. To date, all have proven ephemeral. In the year 1572 of the sixth and most recent astral era, the Northern Empire of Garlemald amassed a great army at the heart of Eorzea, seeking dominion over all. Rising in desperate resistance, the forces of the Eorzean alliance met their would-be conquerors in the field. Yet, even as the battle raged, the lesser moon, Dalamud, was plucked from the heavens through imperial machination. From its core emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who unleashed his fury upon the realm. The devastation brought Eorzea to its knees and the era to its end. 5 years have come and gone. The light of life still shines upon Eorzea. Man labors tirelessly to raise himself from the calamity's ruin. The realm is forever changed, a stranger to him once more. Yet heedless of what lies ahead, he shall press on. Spurred by the promise of peace and prosperity. Amid this period of great change, an adventurer arrives in Eorzea, one whose tale is yet unwritten. May he ever walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright, I just wanted to show y'all that. That's the beginning scene that you see when you first start the game. Anyways, basically I decided to do a review on this just to show, some things I like about it, like such as the customization. They have a very intimate customization. It's very nice. It's very good. You can choose everything from your god you serve in the game to all of that. Race, of course, and everything. And they have story missions and all of that you can play in game. And one of the things I really do like about it is how they do cut scenes in the game, such as the one you saw earlier, and how they do how the overall presentation of the game is just fantastic. Nothing short of anything you would expect in a Final Fantasy. And here's an example of their setting. As you can see, this is the marketplace in the city. I guess that I started out in, and quite beautiful. Everything. The city is freaking huge. I mean, good lord. Um, of course, like I said, the city is uh full of markets and everything, and they have a pretty cool purchasing system. It's pretty basic. Um, you can also craft items and sell them. Although one thing I will notice that selling items on this game, boy, mm, you you need to find good ways to make money on this game, or you will be broke. Um, you buy weapons based on class, which classes are something you can change on the fly, which I find really cool about this game. You can once you get a certain level, you can change classes pretty much by just equipping the very item that is associated with that class. Like if you want to be a gladiator, uh, you can switch to a sword and shield. If you want to be a how do I pronounce this correctly? A Well, if you want to be, for example, a lancer or a pugilist, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce that. Then you would just equip either knuckles or a bow and arrow. But there you have it. That's the whole class system. Once you get a certain level and you go to that guild associated with that class or that job, and there you have it. You have permission from them once you do a certain amount of certain quest or so, and you just equip it. So it's fairly easy. So uh, you pretty much your own one stop shop. Now here's an example of the city, and as you can see, just me running around. I forget what my race is, but they're a cat person. And here's an example of quest and all of that. The map. Here we go. Well, this is the overall map of the continent that you're on. Is Eorzea, or the planet that you're on. When you move, it kind of fades to let you see, what's going on. And let's see here if we can get a good one of the city. Oh, before I go into that, you see this person here with a quest with the exclamation point over her head. That's showing a quest. Um, really, what I will say about this game is that it is awesome. You know what I'm saying? I did enjoy it. You can move around. Um, the setting is, of course, great. The game is highly addictive, to tell you the truth. At least I found it highly. Oh, there we go. Map of the city. Well, part of it anyway. Um. Anyways, what back to what I was saying. The presentation of the game to me, I found pretty good. You can move, you can jump, run. They even have a sprint feature, which I found unique, and I'll demonstrate that later. Um, but I mean, I just really enjoyed. I really enjoy running around the city at times. I was just like, man, let me just see. Like at first, I got lost and everything like that. But yeah, and here's outside the city, and I just enjoyed running around, just looking at the setting. It's a really nice. And here's that sprint feature I promised y'all. And the combat on here is good. It's fair, but I kind of find that turn-based combat is kind of losing its luster. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how it's done. Now here's a pugilist. That was a pugilist right there fighting, and you wouldn't expect that to be turn-based combat, but it is. And I'll demonstrate that. But turn-based combat to me is you kind of gotta be careful because I feel like real-time combat is taking over in MMOs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's no place for turn-based combat, but I just feel like in a game like this, you could have done turn-based. You could have done turn-based combat is fine, but real-time combat, just to me just sets it overboard. I just like that real-time combat. Um, I'm not hating on this. I just feel like that's just a way that they could have gone. Um, but that to all those who feel like turn-based combat is the shit. I'm not hating on you at all. Believe me, I've been a fan of turn-based combat for a long time, but I just kind of get that feeling like real-time combat is in MMOs is coming, and I feel like Final Fantasy should have gone with the real-time combat and everything, especially when the new Final Fantasy, if I remember correctly, is gonna have a more of a real-time combat feel. You know, Final Fantasy 14, I believe it was, and here's showing you where the equipment. Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier, but I mean you pretty much saw it, so it ain't really much stats and equipment. It does turn from day to night, which I found pretty cool. I think that's really interesting. Um, that is a big ass turtle. Gonna let's get a look. I'm just gonna avoid him at all costs, though. I do not want to fight him. Now that right there, that's what I was looking for. Fate joint. They have these events called fates, and you can go in them and get money and experience and all. It's really cool. I like how they did this. I really like how they put this game together and everything. I found myself playing it for like hours, just losing myself in the game. Now, back to how real-time combat could affect the game. This is another game called Defiance, and it's a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter, but I kind of feel like this is kind of where MMOs is headed, at least as far as combat. Some people do like Defiance, some people don't. For those who like it, I enjoy playing this game, and you can see me getting roasted by this bastard over here. I just feel like, when you have real time combat like this and you have turn based, just certain people are just gonna go for that more real time. And I compare that also to the new Elder Scrolls online game that's coming out that seems to have a more real time combat feel to it. That was the worst grenade throw ever. Golly. Anyways, I just feel like real time combat is, you kind of need you. Is coming, so I feel like Final Fantasy kind of missed out, you know, on that. Not saying that it's a bad, not saying that the combat is bad, but when I compare it to these other two games, this one here being Warframe, a third person melee beat 'em up slash third person shooter ninja game, which is also really cool. It's out for PC and currently, and it'll be out for the PS4 when that comes out. I feel like Final Fantasy should have gone with a more real time combat, just because they could have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it would have really depended on how well they implemented it. But I feel like turn-based combat is becoming kind of, dare I say it, old-fashioned, or not as not it's not becoming the main thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you can go real time, if you can do it right, maybe you should. Again, not hating on the turn-based combat. I just feel like I just feel like that, it would have been an interesting way to see a Final Fantasy go, especially with the MMO. And I had heard how people did not like it before and everything like that. I just wonder, for those who debating on which one to get, you know, who's gonna choose? Which one are they gonna choose? The Elder Scrolls game with a more real time combat, or this game? Because that would be the debate between me. Because I'm a fan of both now. Um, that being said, I did really enjoy this game. I know some people like he bashing it. No, I'm not. I really am not. I really enjoyed playing this game. I can't the crafting on this game amazing and everything. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend buying it for all you Final Fantasy fans out there or MMO players. And with that, I'm out.